Even before our trip, I had decided I wanted to go to Moruga this time, in the very southern part of Trinidad. You can see the red line that we took to get there, and departing from Williamsville, we drove towards Princetown, and there's all kinds of little ramshackle houses and huts along this way, but in Princetown you see some really impressive looking buildings, and there's a big mosque there on the main street, and there is a public library there. But when we turned south to go towards Moruga, the roads really took a turn for the worse, and there was a lot of road construction going on, and we had to stop a lot and wait for traffic to come this way and then us go forward, and there was numerous spots where the road was partly washed away, or where there were landslips. We finally made it to Moruga, and this is the end of the line here, where you see the water there. The road ends, and there's the beach, and it's right where Columbus landed in 1498. But we had to move on, and we were being teased by little bits of water. We saw a sweet shop. We got some food to eat. Then we rode to the end of this road to a place over this rickety bridge to a surprisingly secluded beach called Lagoon Beach, and here it was with some strange looking rocks there. We ate our snacks there, and then Rihanna was messing around in some rocks and found this rock with a face painted on it, and I looked at some rocks and figured out a way to make a map of Trinidad with this main unusual rock that I found there, and added a few to it. And Kenneth was off there exploring those big boulders over there, and he looked really small. So I decided to go have a look over there, and took this picture looking back at the car, and not much parking space there, and there's a big bluff there, and I looked around some more. Well, we've reached the bottom of Trinidad. We're at Lagoon Beach, west of Moruga. Check out these rocks. What we have here is a real arch in the rock. After our trip last summer to Arches National Park in Utah, I was quite fascinated with arch formations, and this was a very unusual one, and there wasn't much else to see there, just an old boat. So we headed on back towards Lagoon, past the recreation center, and reached the house of Maud, who is a cousin of Linda's mother, and they live in Lagoon, and there's a twin tamarind tree right there, and the house is right next to the savannah there, and it's a very peaceful place, wide open space there. They have some goats at Maud's house, and they have some chickens, and Rihanna picked up a little chick here and was just fascinated with that. And they had fruit, they had jackfruit there right in the backyard. And everybody loves jackfruit in Trinidad. This is a fruit, I don't know what you call it. And the house there, we gathered around and visited. Here's Maud with my mother-in-law, and she was very friendly, and she had a daughter named Lydia there in the red that we met, and Lydia was quite nice, and she showed us the way to a little beach just across the road there at Lagoon, and there was big boulders there, and Rihanna and I swam, and we finally had some fun swimming there here at the bottom of Trinidad. Whew. Moruga Beach. Whee! Moruga. After that, we went back to Maud's to visit some more, and we found out that one of her other daughters, named Marva, is a very successful nanny in the United States, and one of her customers is Sheryl Crow, among other people. And this is Lydia's house that we passed on the way back home. We took a different route, past these teak trees, back to Williamsville. And we found out the electricity was off in Williamsville, so we had to go home in the dark and eat for a while there in the dark. But we had a wonderful day with our drive to Moruga and Laloon.